Hey guys, it's Butter TV here, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. Okay, I'm just going to go and adjust these volume settings a second. Super interesting. There's been an update in Fortnite Save the World, and it's pretty awesome actually. So we're going to go check that out. So what they've actually done is they've buffed all of the Founders weapons in Save the World. Now, if you don't know, guys, the Founders weapons beforehand were really bad. So now we've got new perks, 6 perks on the weapons. I've got a couple of the old ones crafted so I can compare them. But here we've got a power level 130, Founders drumroll, and the 6th perk has changed over to every 10th round fired increases weapon damage by 15%. And the Deconstructor, it's got another damage buff. The quick shot's got a buff, but what I want to talk about really is the most expensive gun in the game, which is the Nocturno, which comes in about £250. It's about 300 bucks, something like that, to actually own this weapon. And you can't you can't buy the pack anymore. They stopped selling the pack about a year and a half ago. So there's no way for anyone to actually get this gun, and it costs you a lot of money. But look at the size of that 6th perk on the bottom. Hitting an enemy with this weapon marks them as a target, stacking with each hit. Upon reload, each marked target explodes in a 0.5 tile radius, dealing 65% of weapon damage dealt per mark applied, and removes all marks from the target. So I'm just thinking about this for a second. You're dealing 65% weapon damage dealt per mark applied. So if you marked as many targets as you can per shot, that 65% damage is going to be taking place on all of the targets that you mark. And, you know, I've got the reload speed, crit rate, and crit damage. You can go quad magazine size on this weapon if you really wanted to, and you could mark so many enemies because you're not reloading your gun. And maybe that will increase the amount of damage that is going to be taking place because of the amount of targets you've done. And it only resets once you reload. So anyway, we will compare that over. So here's my 130 nature. The one in my inventory is energy at the minute because I've changed the element because I'm going to be using this gun more often. But the old Nocturno, power level 82, has Affliction, which is a default perk, which is really bad for later on in the game. And I have one of the old drum rolls crafted as well, with headshot eliminations causing explosions. So that's there. We're going to go into a private game, and we're going to actually go over to a really high power level mission. So I'm power level 122, so you want to kind of match that somewhere. So we'll do a 124. We'll just do a very easy mission where I don't have to start it, and we can just kill some enemies and see what it's like. So it's a firestorm. Well, I'm going to have to craft an energy one, aren't I? Because it just makes more sense. Instead of having the nature water over perk and whatever. Energy is ground, because everyone who owns this gun probably owns it at energy and hasn't been silly like me and messed around with it. But yeah, we're going to launch into this mission, and I want to quickly craft one up for it. Oh, I can't. Well, once the game lets me launch into the mission, because launch is grayed out at the minute, there we go. I'm going to go and craft myself a power level 130 Nocturno with energy, and I want to really see how this stacks up against the enemies. I think I'm not running a soldier loadout. I'm not too sure what loadout I'm running, which doesn't matter because, I mean, yeah, cool, you should be running a loadout which has really good damage buffs for the assault rifle, so these explosions are going to be insane, like crit buffs and damage buffs, with probably like that perk that when you shoot bullets at your gun, it has a chance of putting more ammo in. I think that could really help. Or maybe with the drum roll, that would help load with the drum roll, because then you're going to be using that special like bullet that fires out of it every 10 shots. You're going to hit that way more often. I don't know. So this game is changing, and I'm loving the direction they're taking with these weapons, because these weapons cost a lot of money, and to be as bad as they were, like, no one talked about these weapons for over a year when they literally just buffed them a tiny bit with their new perks just to make them a little bit better. But now the Nocturno is definitely one of the best assault rifles in the entire game, and I'll be showing why that is in comparison to other weapons. This gun can do what other weapons can't. This thing can melt so many things. So we'll go and craft a 130 knock. I'm running Outlander, so
we're headed your way.
I am running Outlander, so that's that. Energy knock right here, and yeah, so wait for that to. Okay, apparently it's nature and energy. That's lush. Okay, anyway, so let's let's just see. Look, we got one tag. You can see the bomb glowing above its head. You got another one tag there and another one there. Watch me reload. So let's see how many of these guys I can actually tag up. Oh, and if you kill one and they're in the radius, they also get tagged. I don't want to reload. I want to tag as many as I can and see what happens. Look at that. So I believe it does more damage the more enemies you mark. So if I go ahead and just mark like every enemy in the area, I've got one more around the back that I want to go mark right quick. All right, so let's stand back, reload. Okay, that didn't. Okay, there we go. There was a bit of delay, and these guys for some reason didn't explode. So look at that. I wasted not even a full magazine and completed an encampment. That is the potential of this weapon. It's insane. Mini bosses get absolutely shredded with this gun. This is the first time I've made a Fortnite Save the World video in a very long time. And it's just because of this gun. This is one of my favorite weapons by design. So, like, to see this gun have a major comeback is really awesome. So I believe it literally does like no damage if none of the enemies are marked. So if you're marking a lot of enemies and they're all in one area together, this gun's gonna do so much more damage. Also, I'm not using a soldier, which is going to have a major effect on. So if I put like, let's say a brick wall up here and get these guys all like clustered together, and let's just mark a couple of them up. So look at that, we marked all of them. But they all just die instantly. It's insane. So you can make a box, you can make a trap tunnel, stand on the top with your friends, put a wall up so they have to start whacking it, shoot a line down, bang, they're all dead. It's nuts. So I want to go and find a smasher and see. I mean, I'm not using a soldier, as I'm saying. There's a big part of why I'm saying I'm not using a soldier, because soldiers would make this gun ridiculously powerful. If it's shooting for the explosions, blowing up for 65% of weapon damage, I've already got 7,200 damage, which is tiny. If I was running a soldier, that thing would be really high and would probably kill everything even faster than what it already is. So what I'm saying, there's all these enemies over here. I'm going to tag them all up, bring them all over, because if you shoot further away with this gun, it doesn't have as much weapon damage when they're further away. So let's like get all these guys clustered. Let's like shoot all of these guys up. Let's put a wall here. Look, so these guys aren't marked, so we'll mark these guys up. And if you kill one, it will actually mark all of the enemies around the area. I think I accidentally just reloaded there. So like one shot there, one shot there, one shot there, space shift away. See, and the damage stacks, so that's pretty awesome. We've got a few more enemies coming over now, somewhere. I don't know where they are. But we're just going to go and try to locate a smasher right quick. So, oh, a storm chest. I haven't seen a storm chest in a very long time, my god. So yeah, I'm going to do that storm chest, which is probably going to be really easy. So a tag, and it can crit. It has a chance of critting as well, which is super unusual. So I'll open the storm chest, and I don't want to use any of my perks yet, because I want to actually hit everything. So let's do this, and let's just start spraying like absolutely everything. And see what that does. So let's just do like a line, and then... Oh my god. And also, the targets you kill are going to be marking the other targets. Like, the targets you kill without using the reload is going to mark other targets. Okay, I want to get this done really quick, so let's just put these in. And this is just going to shred everything.
You are not under.
Wow, that was quick. It'd be great if it stunned them. Like, if the explosion stunned them, that would be insane. And I feel like they're probably going to nerf this. Amazing. Awesome. So, I haven't seen a storm chest in a really long time, so that's awesome. But I still haven't found a smasher, so I'm gonna look for one of them right quick. Gain up some materials because excuse me, I don't have many materials. Why am I doing that? Smasher, so we just need a smasher, and I think if it's elemental it's going to help out a whole lot more. So look, we've got some enemies here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and reload, and okay, so it didn't kill them, but there's a bit of lag when it comes to the explosion, which is not very nice. I don't know why it's lagging, but easy eliminations. I love that. Okay, so you don't have to use a lot of bullets. I believe the more you actually mark a target, the more damage the explosion's gonna do. So like, if you empty a magazine, I think it's gonna do more damage. Like, I was running my loadout before and I couldn't test this because my single shots were actually killing the enemies. So you don't want to use a hero that's going to actually murder everything in like 2 seconds.
More enemies incoming. Watch out.
Cool. So let's mark up a whole bunch of these baby enemies and then reload. Okay, so that's not working. There we go. There is actually a healer, so that's fun.
The job's surrounded. Oh, Mom.
Okay, and these guys actually have so much health. Nice. See, like, one of them died and the other one didn't, so I think it's like critting on one of them but not the other. Still can't find a smasher, which is not very good. This is epic. Obviously, with the right loadout, this gun's gonna be insane. But I mean, for a power level 124 mission where I'm just slaying them this quickly, it's with an Outlander, yeah, it's something very unusual. Now we're just gonna go for a smasher hunt for a second.
That'll do the trick.
What would do the trick? Oh. I'm not actually doing these missions though,
So
but
that's where the flyer cannon went. What sort of messages are we shooting these days?
I can't find a smash. Oh, there we go. Let's kill everything around it a second.
A partial list of incurable kissing related diseases? Why did no one warn me that kissing is deadly?
Right, we're gonna empty a clip on him and see how much damage this does.
Head falls off itis. These are fake, Dennis.
Are you sure? Because suddenly my
Well, I mean
neck
it.
feels not up to the task.
It killed it.
Mostly sure.
But yeah, this gun is insane. It's really good. One of the top tier weapons in the game. Make sure you're using the right loadout. Subwoofers with a really good damage hero. That's going to increase your weapon damage a lot. Let's actually have a look at that quickly before I end the video, because I want to try and get a good loadout for this weapon. Really good loadout. Just build it around the Nocturno. It's really weird because it doesn't feel like the Nocturno anymore. It feels so much stronger, and that's just not what the Nocturno is. The Nocturno isn't a powerhouse weapon, but now it is. It's so strange because, like, when people before was like, "Oh, you got a Nocturno? That's really rare. I'd love to use that in my collection, whatever." Like, I would love to use it or like save it because it's a rare gun. But like, yeah, it's a tricky one. So hero loadout. We're gonna go to my soldier loadout that I run mainly, which would be this one, which is Rex Jonesy with Swarian Might, Blast from the Past, Team Perk, which removes your shield and increases your max health. And this basically allows every 1 second for your bullet to like have insane damage. Increase crit damage while shield's depleted, increases armor. So all of this was basically a Swarian build, right? Which was like single fire weapons that like do loads of damage. But we kind of want to go and make a gun that's going to increase, after reloading, increases weapon damage by 15%. I don't know if that's going to help here. Fire rate 35%. We don't need a quick fire rate though, that's the problem. Assault on weapons have a 48% chance to refund ammo after every shot. Because like, if you're going to be shooting your gun and you get an ammo back, you're going to be firing more bullets before reloading, therefore you're going to cause more explosions, doing more damage. And it's all about doing as much damage as you can. Firing range weapon grows once I can. Increases range weapon damage by 2.9%, but decreases weapon stability by 0.7%. I mean, that's probably a really, really reasonable hero to use. Each headshot increases headshot damage. Well, we're going to want to go with something that's going to actually help, so locked and reloaded. After reloading, increase weapon damage by 50%. I mean, so you're going to be firing the gun, obviously, and you're going to need increased damage anyway. So I think in here we've got assault damage, which is an extra 17%. So I kind of want to like clear all of this. Alright, cool. So increase assault and SMG damage by 50%. I believe that is the perk we're going to want to go with because of the fact that it increases your... It's a buff that will use your assault damage. So if you've got a low assault damage on your gun, it's going to do low damage. So if you, let's say, had increased damage, as much increased damage as you can get, I'm not saying go all damage perks, maybe that's a good choice because you're not actually trying to kill them quickly with your gun itself, you're trying to get powerful explosions, but maybe that could work. So you're totally rocking out, increase your crit rating by 160, okay, and it heals you as well. So like, I mean, totally rocking out, it's like weapon eliminations, increase weapon damage for 15 seconds. That is, but it's one hero of each class, that's the only problem. That would be a really good perk for this because it's increasing weapon damage. Duration of elemental status effects by 50%. Removes all shields, 6.5% increased damage against full health enemies, but they're not going to be full health when you trigger the explosion. That's what we're getting at. We want damage, but not anything that's going to tamper with the explosion. For each hero epic higher rarity 4 stars, eliminations rate evening or night will increase damage. I think we're going to go with totally rocking out because, you know, crit rating. And then here we're going to want to get... See, look, these guys aren't even maxed out yet, so it's going to affect this. So increases assault and SMG crit damage. You're going to want to have that in there. Then we're going to have... Look, after reload, increased weapon damage, maybe. So we want the refund. I know there's a perk you can get with Wukong, where he... Yeah, every 6 range eliminations trigger an explosion. Would that... Every 6 would cause an explosion. Would that stack with the ability? So if that explosion went off, anyone in that explosion perimeter would get triggered with the perk. That's what I'm thinking here. After reloading or overheating assault weapons, the next 2 shots have a 100% crit chance. You don't need that. Every headshot damage, every 1 second. Increase magazine by 30%. See, that again is probably something you really want. And then here we're going to want harvesting metal objects has a 32% chance to give sub-wafers. Here is axe eliminations and eliminating 10 enemies in 9 seconds give rock and riff, increasing damage by 50%. See, So if you get 10 eliminations in 9 seconds, you're going to get Rock and Riff, which is super easy to do with this gun, because you're going to be marking them and blowing them up. So you're going to be getting Rock and Riff, and it's going to give you a 50% increased damage. So this is actually going to work out really well for us. I do need to upgrade you though, darling. I'm sorry, I've left you at level 10. I didn't mean to do that. I think there's another hero that I might need from the Rock and Riff set, but I don't have him yet, so I might have to go and recruit him, just so I can get this. But, so the Commander perk, eliminating 4 enemies, would give it. You don't think you need to have that as your main commander for this loadout, just for the fact that, look, it's eliminating 4 enemies, eliminating 10 enemies. You're going to be eliminating a lot of enemies in one go with this weapon. That's where I'm getting out with this. Oh, straight up to level 50. Amazing. Alright, cool. So she's going straight up to level 50. That's going to give us a lot more health. And I believe there is one more hero I'm going to need for this job. And let's have a look at the collection book. And we'll go over to the event people, and we need to where is it? Fortnite Mares, Cooking Fights, and Rad Heroes. Any of these guys gonna help. Preview item. Eliminated enemies have 10% chance to fumble a football. Footballs grant Rock and Riff when picked up. And increases damage by 50%. That's just Rock and Riff itself. Eliminated enemies have a 7% chance to fumble a football. So, I mean, that could work. Main stage Quinn. Harvesting metal objects. Yeah, see, I'm not going to be harvesting a lot with this loadout because it's a soldier loadout. So I think the best hero we're going to need here is Varsity Hero. So we're going to go and get Varsity Hero. Or I can't say his name. And we're going to add him to the loadout because he's a great dude. So we'll add him to the loadout. All of these heroes are good. And we're going to max this guy out. Well, we're going to get him up as high as I can. So that's good. Wow, this is going to be intense. I mean, he's a ninja. Not really getting ninja vibes off him, but he's a ninja. I didn't notice I had so many of these materials. I thought I didn't have as many. Like before, I was suffering to evolve something to max level because I barely played the game, and I think it's this cram session that's really given me a bunch of stuff. So that's cool. He's maxed out now, which is good for me. And the abilities we're going to want to use probably slow field. Like, stationary hover turret is a must for like every loadout, I'm sure. The slow field is probably going to help out a lot, so we can just slow everything down, get them in the vicinity, and blow them all up. Should work. Survivors. I haven't checked my survivor squads in a really long time, so yeah, I haven't got enough. I need pure drops of rain. Lucky me though for getting those. I'm gonna change his skin over a second. I think Little Red Riding Hood's the way forward. Alright, cool. So, let's just test this out quick, see if I actually built something worth using. Hopefully. We're gonna go back to the exact same mission, exact same level. A bit of a lag there. So we're gonna go back into the exact same mission with this loadout and test if it does anything different. And I want to see what happens if we have Warcry enabled. Do I have Warcry on that loadout? I'm not sure. Yeah, no, we don't have Warcry. So I want to test what this would be like with the Rock and Riff enabled with 100%, or the really high crit rating. I want to see what that's like, and then I just want to trigger it against the biggest horde I can think of. I mean, I've got the increased magazine size, 30% extra ammo, which is going to bring us up quite a lot. Weapon damage, we've got the yeah, increased weapon damage, increased weapon crit damage, and all of that stuff. So hopefully we're higher than 7k. Should bring us up nicely. I mean, if you're playing with 4 people, this gun is going to melt everything you put, everything you touch, because obviously you get all the buffs from all the players. I want to see how this goes. I hope it's as good as I think it's going to be. I'm just hoping that after one tap of everyone and you reload, it kills everything. That is where I want to get with this loadout. I'm sure someone will build the perfect loadout out there, and I'll test it. But for now, this is what I'm thinking of. This is what I hope I can get. But I'm not too sure. Cool. Alright, cool. So we've got our knock, 39 ammo in the magazine.
By to gather storm intel, Commander. Let's launch that van.
39 targets
Fill her
with
up if
the
you'd be so
Nocturno.
kind. I need to get back up in those clouds.
Okay.
We're headed your way.
So,
Make sure to collect any
weapon
blue
damage
clothes
now. 10k, so it's only gone up 3,000, which is not bad. We're going to mark these targets here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need to get all of you guys together. That's the problem. Get that one there. Okay, that did way too much damage. Let's reload this. I mean, see, look, some of these haven't exploded, which is a problem. I don't know why. But then if I reload after, they will. And then look, those are marked now. And then that one's marked. See, it's so weird how this gun works. If you get them in your explosion, they also get marked. So, oh, I keep forgetting I'm not an Outlander. So, oh, it's so weird though. Right, I want to do this against the Smasher. I want to just one tap. I just want to one tap it, blow it up, one tap it, blow it up, one tap it, blow it up. See where I can get with this. Alright, so there's one here. We're going to mark one, okay? And then we're going to get them all together. We're going to get all of them together. We're going to keep refixing this wall. Okay, one of them. Let's just mark one of you guys. But it kills everything. And now I've got Rock and Riff. That was my ideal. That was my idea with this gun. Like, you get them together, you kill them, you get Rock and Riff. And yeah, cool, I'm not harvesting for Rock and Riff, which I don't really want to do. But let's see here. Let's put that there. I'm going to tag that guy there. See, it does, like, no damage. I'll tag him again. Oh, look, I have a bonus shot because of my perk. So, yeah, you come up here. I mean, okay, so I'm going to fire quite a few bullets into you. And it did a bit more damage. And we're going to do one more. Okay. I've taken a lot of damage right now. So, we're going to mark this one up. And we're going to tag the... See, look, it tags the Smasher. Oh, you can't actually do that to him anymore. Okay. I'm going to revive myself and get him into here for a second. Okay. So let's just empty a full clip into him and see what happens. See, it does like nothing. And that killed him! So it does crit and the numbers didn't show, so I didn't even... Oh, look, and we got football as well. So I don't even know how much damage that did. And if you have the crit, it's gonna do so much more damage. So how do you always get the crit? I mean, what is the crit on my knock anyway? I know it's really high. Yeah, 395% crit damage, 38% crit rating. So I'm gonna have to be hitting like really, really damn hard. So like this guy, I got a second shot for free, and he's affected by Rockin' Riff, and he just exploded. Why? I don't understand. I do want to try the new drum roll before I go. So this one is headshot eliminations cause an explosion. I want to craft up a every 10th round fired increases weapon damage. I want to see how that goes, and I'm out of blast powder, which is fun. So I'll craft one of these up. I want to see what the drum roll is like. The new drum roll. So I've got the old drum roll right here, and I've got the new drum roll. So I want to see what the new drum roll is like. Every 10th shot. Every 10th round fired increases weapon damage by 15%, and this one's headshot eliminations cause an explosion. So we'll reload both of these up. I'm gonna kill up one of these enemies, alright, and then we're gonna kill up one of these ones with this one. Wow, okay. Oh, it fires like this, oh my god, so much ammo. This is insane. You're gonna be killing a lot of things with this. Super fast kill time as well. That noise it makes is super cool as well. I'm actually on fire right now, which isn't fun. So I want, well, they're all dead. Rockin' Riff should heal me, yeah. So that's super powerful. I'm living for that. I'm living for it. Want to compare that to the Merc though, because the Merc is actually most people say the Merc is better, right? And look how many footballs there are. Footballs actually heal you, so like you're going to pick one up, you're going to be getting your health back, which is great. But the Merc, every fifth hits in a row will cause a small explosion, right? Which does 70% damage, but it doesn't increase your weapon damage. So it's a pretty quick kill. We've actually got a Rockin' Riff now, so let's test this. It's still killing things in like one shot. It's still very powerful. I mean, in comparison to this gun in my eyes is still going to be the weapon drainer. I mean, the ammo drainer. So we've got a few enemies in there. Let's get those out. I think they're underground. Yeah. So let's just test this right quick on these enemies. I'm over here. I mean, they are getting eliminated very quick. Testing the drum roll on a smasher. We've got to find a smasher right quick. But this gun it's actually so much better than it used to be, but it's not as good as a knock. That's all I'm saying. It's good, but it's not better. We also got this shotgun, so yeah, let's craft one of these. I'm not feeling the shotgun. I watched someone using it and not feeling it. The quick shot is just not worth using at all. The perk they did on it, they need to rework that anyway. But with this, okay, so you're gonna shoot it once, shoot it twice, shoot it 3 times. You want to empty your magazine. So look, five shots. You reload it, and yeah, it makes this noise. And look, now it's got this like really weird and ominous glow. The inside's all charged up.
That'll do the trick.
And it's got like this this power, and if you manage to if you manage to stack up all your shots and reloaded, then it's going to pack it all into one shot, and it's going to do so much more damage. So if we go to these enemies here, this should kill this in one shot. I'm not using a shotgun specialist. No, okay. I'm not sure. So let's just mark all these targets, reload. I mean, this is definitely the best gun in the game at the minute. I got Rockin' Riff so fast.
Add blue glow to prepare for liftoff.
These Founders weapons are super good now. I love them. But yeah, that's my opinion on these weapons. I'm going to take some time away. I'm going to do this myself in my own time now. But you guys, if you got these weapons, make sure you check them out. Thank you so much for watching the stream, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.